I am back and going to crochet another granny square to match the cover of the book that I just read. And this is for A Court of Frost and Starlight, the fourth book in the ACOTAR series. I'm going to start the granny square and we'll chat a little bit about the book. It's obviously such a small book compared to the other books in this series. It's just like a little novella. I know a lot of people have, I don't know how to say it other than like, don't think that this book is really necessary, but I really like it. I think it's just cute. I think that it shows the relationships a lot better. It shows how they are outside of like a demanding wartime like situation or a dire need situation where everybody feels unsafe and uncomfortable. It's really nice to just see them be themselves where they're not too worried about too much, you know? In my notes, I said, loved reading about the characters without a sense of impending doom. So that is probably a more elegant way of putting what I just said, but I just enjoy these characters so much that learning about their lives is a fun little read. When I first read this book, this is my second time reading it. When I first read this book, I absolutely hated reading Cassian's point of view. And maybe, I don't even remember if Nesta has a point of view in this one, but I just hated that they switched from Cassian and Nesta basically, and Feyre and Rhys. I felt like the switch was kind of abrupt, even though it wasn't, and I wasn't ready to read someone else's point of view other than Rhysand and Feyre. But this read through, I really enjoyed it. It did make me a little more excited to read Cassian and Nesta's story because I knew what was coming next, whereas like the first read I didn't know that the fifth book was Nesta's story, so I was like real confused, but it made me more excited to read the fifth book. I think that having the solstice as a part of this book was really important as well. It just showed everybody's personalities and dug more into their backstories. It's obvious that this book had to have been here for certain reasons. Sarah J. Maas doesn't write just like random stuff. She has everything so interconnected that like I know that the tiny little plot points in this book are going to come back into another book or the next books, but I'm excited to see where this book connects to books 6 and 7. I really did enjoy reading like all the gifts that everybody got and like Feyre shopping for all of the gifts. I did think that Nesta was overreacting, and especially when Cassian was going to give her a gift and she was like, no, basically, I don't want it. I really wanted to know what the gift was. Like, I think you do find out in the next book. I'm still reading it, so I haven't fully figured that one out yet, but I wanted to know, you know? I think that Feyre starting her own painting business for like basically traumatized kids, I don't know how else to say that, was smart. I think it was smart. I think that she could end up being such a great teacher because she has been through so many different traumatic things in her life. She knows what the kids have gone through. I'm not fully sure that she is healed enough herself to help with that, but I think it's really nice to give an outlet to those younger kids who don't have any other outlet. And I think that was like such a smart little move that this book brought out. I wrote down in my notes, I really want to know if Feyre actually paints well, or if she is not that good and everybody is hyping her up. Because there's no way that she has no she has no training. She didn't even have the correct colors of paints when she was back in the human realm. Like, there's no way she's that good, and she like paints the whole cabin in the last book. Like, surely they aren't that good, but no one's saying they're not good. So I wish I could see Feyre's paintings. Like, I want Sarah J. Maas to commission someone to make a painting that Feyre painted, you know? Like, I want to see her skill level and what Sarah J. Maas is picturing. Like I said, I think this book got me more excited to read about Nesta and Cassian's story. I think it was a tiny little important book, and I think it was a good breather from all of the like wartime battle darkness that was happening, and it was just like such a fun, light, airy book that it was a nice breath of cold, fresh air. All right, here is the book and the finished granny square to match.